When a vendor logs into the vendor portal, they can see the task currently assigned to their vendor. This video will take a look at those tasks and the information associated with them. From the vendor portal dashboard, there are two different ways to access the tasks currently assigned to the vendor. They can either click on the View Assigned Tasks icon, or they can select Assign Tasks from the Tasks drop-down menu. This will allow the vendor to see all the tasks that are currently assigned to them. This is regardless of which one of their employees the task might be assigned to. This is just one main screen the vendor can log into to see all tasks they are responsible for. This will include the past due task as well as those that have been completed. In the top left of the screen, there is a drop-down menu which will allow the vendor to choose which tasks to display based on status. Tasks with a due status have a due date that matches the current date. Tasks with a past due status have a due date prior to the current date. Tasks that have been completed will show up under the completed status. Tasks with a pending status are tasks that have a due date after the current date. And tasks that show up under dependency not met have another task that must be completed before this task can be completed. At the top right, there is an icon legend which will explain all of the icons that are used in the vendor portal. If you click on it, you will see that the rook indicates that the reservation is an owner reservation. The two arrows that form right angles to complete a box indicate a back-to-back reservation. The house icon indicates the task is a housekeeping task, and the wrench icon indicates it is a maintenance task, which is right here. And then the broken chain indicates that the dependency has not been met. And again, this means that there's another task that must be completed before this task can be completed. Each task is contained in its own box. The task box displays the property, name, and the work order number if there is a work order number. It also shows the due dates, who the task is currently assigned to, and the short description of what needs to be completed. If the task has not been reassigned to one of the vendor employees, the person showing as who the task has been assigned to is the contact person set up in VRM for this specific vendor. If you would like to get more information about the task, simply click on the task box. This screen shows additional information about the task. You will notice that the picture of the property is displayed in the top left of the screen, along with the name of the property, the reservation number, and the work order number if there are ones associated with this task. The picture that displays is the thumbnail that has been assigned to the property through the VRM admin console. The summary section shows the task status, the housekeeping status, the guest name, if this task is associated with the reservation, the due date of the tasks, information on the stay dates, and the bed and key code information that's entered in VRM. And this information is entered under Properties, Manage Properties, select the office, select the property, click Edit, and the Miscellaneous tab. The bed configuration and the key code entered here is what gets pulled over into the vendor portal in these two fields. You will also see in the summary section who the task is currently assigned to and the long description if there is one entered on the work order for this particular item. The Task Notes section will show any notes that have been added either through the vendor portal or the Readiness Manager grid for this specific task. Right now, no notes have been added. The directions to the property is information that's also pulled from the VRM admin console, and this information is located under Properties, Manage Properties, select the office, select the property, click on Edit, and Notes. The information here, the directions to the property, is the information that gets pulled over into the vendor portal for the directions. The housekeeping notes display any notes that are pulled from the housekeeping comments section on the general screen of the reservation. A section will display additionally for reservation comments and guest comments. This information displays only if the vendor or the vendor employee has permission to view this information. Please watch the video on assigning permissions for more information about this. There are 3 action buttons below the task information: a green Marked Finish button, a red Report Problem button, and a gold Reassign button. When the vendor has completed his task, he needs to click the green Marked Finish button, which will update the Readiness Manager grid and the work order, marking both as complete. If the vendor in the field needs to share information about the job, they can click on the red Report Problem icon. Here they can enter the priority of their note, information about it, and they can even upload a picture if they would like to go along with their comments. When they click on the Report Event button, this information will now display under the Task Notes section in the vendor portal, and it will display on the Readiness Manager grid. To assign this task to one of the other employees working for the vendor, they can click on the gold Reassign button and select the employee they need to reassign this task to. If you have any questions about the assigned tasks in the vendor portal, please let the help desk know. You can reach us with a ticket or by emailing help@vrmgr.com. Thank you.